The rims have rusted and it no longer holds in the calcium chloride. I got it secured here with a ratcheting strap. 911 is the number you need to call. Hey, thanks for dropping by, CantLetHerDieDIY. This is a Kubota L3430, 2005. It's 20 years old. It's been a great tractor. I love it. Can't let this die. But right now, the calcium carbonate loaded tires, the back tires, the big one, they have leaked into the rim and finally rusted out the rim. Now this other tire's rusting out as well. It's leaking fluid. We're in big trouble. Now, I bought this tractor used. I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was deteriorating, and it was priced for that effect that I'd have to buy tires and possibly a rim. Here it is. The day is here. Now, we're not going to float this to the Kubota dealership. We're not doing that. We're going to do it ourselves. I can do it myself. You can do it yourselves. We can't let this thing die. We love it. Let's get at it. I'll show you the tire. It's in bad shape. Now come take a look at this. This is the tire. This is the back tire right here. And you can see it is flat. Well, it is finally leaked out on my floor here. That's where it was. Now I've had a mechanic take a look at this, a tire guy, and they say the rims, the outer rim is deteriorated mostly on the inside. It's been repainted on this side so it doesn't look that bad. But on the inside, it looks really bad. Because I want them to take tire off, put a tube in there, get this thing, maybe some internal patches on the tire, and you can do that. But they thought that the rim, the outer rim, was deteriorated too badly. By the time they got that tire off, the rim would totally collapse. We're on the inside of that same tire I just showed you, and you can see that it is in bad shape. If they do get that tire off, there's going to be no bead left, no rim, no ridge of the rim there to hold that tire back on. Hopefully your tire isn't this bad, but if it is, don't panic. We can do this ourselves. I'm going with this. Brand new tires and rims. Kubota, right from the Kubota dealership. It wasn't a bad price actually. I got the rim, the outer rim, the inner rim, and the tire for the price. Others wanted just the tire for the same price of just the rubber tire. And that's the mission we have today. We got to get this. We got to take off the old tires and put on the new tires. And I got no help today. I don't even have a camera person. One of the problems we have, it weighs 526 pounds. You think I can do it? I'm strong, but I don't know if I'm that strong. And if this goes bad, 911 is the number you need to call. You see this tire fall on me. All right, that's enough of that. Positive thinking, let's get at it. You got this, I got this. We can all do this, I think. The other problem that weighed in my decision is that Kubota no longer makes these outer rims with the 4 lug nut system. So there's 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, and 2 there, so 8, but they call it 4. So you can buy it blank. You can buy the outer rim with none of these on it and take them off of this old rim and weld them onto the new blank. But that is a lot of labor costs. So because Kubota no longer makes this replacement rim, I had to get the entire rim. So the inner and the outer rim. So these rims may be good for somebody. If you want to contact me, if you want these rims or tire. Okay, the first thing we need to do is loosen up the lug nuts and hopefully they come off. The first thing I did was I threw some penetrating oil on it, in this case WD-40, because that's what I had in the shop. I'm on location here. Loosen them up before we jack it up so that the wheel stays still for us, it doesn't rotate. So with your 15/16 of an inch, hook onto it and see how strong you are. Got it. I got it, and you can get it. Okay, I got her jacked up. I used jack stands on both sides. As you can see there, right to the axle. And I still leave some pressure on the jack right there, holding the middle, and jack stand on the side. So that's how I did it. I used blocks so I get some clearance, and I jacked it as high as I could possibly get. I got, looks like I got 3 inches above the ground on that tire, and a good 5 inches over there, because that's the flat tire. So that's how I did it. Make sure you use jack stands, make sure you're safe on this. But I won't be crawling underneath, so that's good. I gave it a little shake, a push. I cannot push it, it seems stable. I'm moving forward. Get our lug nuts off easily. We're good and high. And that allows us to lift up the other tire if we have to. We can lift it up with a jack and lift it up into place. There should be enough clearance that I can get a jack underneath the new tire, and that saves me from having to lift it. And hopefully I can line up the lug nuts. Now ideally you should have 2 people helping you here, but where this is a solo mission for me, I'm going to see if I can do it like this. I got a low profile jack here, and hopefully I can get that underneath the tire, and that'll be my second person. Just to take some of the weight. Like that. Get it as centered as you can. Let's say that is centered. So since this tire is so heavy, I got it secured here with a ratcheting strap. Goes in through there, and it goes around this PTO lift right there, so that that tire should not fall down on me if the weight is too much for me to handle. Got the jack underneath, centered. I'll lift up on the jack, take the stress off of those 2 lug nuts, and then slide that out without stripping those lug nut studs, without stripping those. I don't want to damage the threads on those. Yeah, so I didn't realize my camera had cut out on me. The battery went on it, so now it's plugged in, but I raised it up with the jack to take the stress off those 2 lug nuts, so the weight was no longer on those lug nuts, and that was hard to do. I had to fine tune it so I could just see a little bit of space above the lug nuts, so I knew the rim was not resting on the lug nuts. And then I wiggled it to the end, and I got this pry bar in here, and the bottom one was still on, the top one was off, and I just kind of pried it, and the ratcheting strap held it from falling. But it is quite stable, as you know, because it still has a lot of, it's loaded with calcium carbonate down here, so it's pretty darn, that weight is holding it down, so it doesn't want to flop over. It's pretty darn stable, right? You can hear it. So I wasn't sure if that was a danger or not. It doesn't appear to be as much of a danger as I thought it was. So it rolls and it will stand on its own. So it's quite good. So we got it. One tire off, putting the other tire on. There she be. Now, do note there is a direction of rotation here. So you gotta make sure you put these new tires on the right way. There's the old tire, and the new tire is quite a bit bigger. I hope that doesn't cause me a problem. This one's not inflated though. This one is. Here we go. Now we should be able to just roll that right up on the jack. As long as the jack doesn't slip out. And it's slipping. Okay, I got the jack positioned there underneath the hub of the tire, and I got the handle braced against that front tire right there. Let's see if this works. Roll this tire up onto that jack like that, and I'm up on the jack, but I am too high. As you can see, that's as low as the jack will go, and we are too high. There's the upper stud, and it's 1 inch below the tire. So we have to deflate the tire and lower it so we can get it on. Okay, I got it on the jack. I raised it a little bit, and now I need to roll it up onto the stud. You can raise this higher. It needs to go up a little bit. A little bit like that maybe. A little more. Right there. Now we can roll this over. We're getting close. 1/2 inch. So we can jack the tire up to get to the right height, and we're basing it on the bottom lug nut there, right there. Got 1/2 inch to go. Go up 1/2 inch. That's 1/4. Somewhere around there. A little bit more. Somewhere's like that. There we go, boys. And we got it. Excellent. We got it on there. We got it on there without any weight or stress put on those lug nuts. Now we snug this one up. And we snug this one up. Now we put the other ones on there. Back out of the way, there, like that. That wasn't too bad. Now we put the rest of the lug nuts in there. And start them with your fingers. Yeah, I'm excited about this. Brand new wheels on the tractor, new tires, new rims. This is awesome. Can't wait to play with this. Of course, I gotta go do the other side now. You don't need to see that. It's the same thing, same process. There we go. So if that helped you at all, if showed you a trick or two, or showed you how you could do it yourself, a little less intimidated, then hopefully you want to try this yourself. You can. Just be safe about it. Put the mass and weight that you're dealing with here in the jacking it up procedure. And leave a comment. I love to get your comments. I'd love to hear from you. If I helped you out, love to hear that. It keeps me making videos. And you want that, and so do I. So we'll snug those up, and then we'll tighten them up. I don't have a torque wrench here, but we'll tighten up the same way we found it. It is a tractor. It's not like I'm going 100 miles an hour or anything. So we'll tighten those things up, and I'll check it over the next few days. Make sure they don't need retorquing. Glad you were here. Glad you helped me out. I'm glad we did not need that 911 call. Can't let her die DIY. You got this. You do.